Hello, how you doing? I'm glad you hit play, checked out my video here. We got another one coming. Just like always, every knife has a story. We do our best to bring that to you. Love talking about knives. I know you enjoy them, or else you wouldn't be watching my video. So again, appreciate it. Don't have my coffee, don't have a beer. It's midday, it's lunchtime, and thought I'd do a quick video. This is one I've been meaning to do for a while, but haven't got around to it. I'm a big Kershaw fan. I can't say I was in the past, but I've continuously been buying them, and I do like Kershaws. Very affordable for the most part. You pay for what you get. They're good. They're dependable. Aesthetically, they look great. So, yeah, just kind of wanted to go over. This is the Launch 14 that we're going to talk about. And so, let me just kind of let you look at it here. Again, like I was saying, I've reviewed, I think, a couple of Kershaws. I've got more of the Launch series, different ones that I'm going to be talking about and reviewing in the future as well. This is made in the USA. I think these are about between 200 and maybe 230, 240, something in that price range for this particular model and knife. It's got a cleaver style blade, as you can see. So the cleaver itself, like the style in a pocket, type knife, to my understanding, it's kind of took off around 2019, and this is the very end of April 2022. So for a few years, it's kind of been a little popular or gained steam. People have, liked this particular style for the last few years. I always liked the look of them. I had seen different type of model knives, whether they were customs or, something that was just manufactured like, in high quantities, just various types. And I like the cleaver style. So I ended up picking this up. I don't know how long ago. I think it was several months ago. I did carry it a little bit. Now, other than the price, just to kind of go over a couple of little things. It is an automatic, push button automatic. Okay. Now it's got two-piece aluminum and carbon fiber handle here. So as you can see, this is the aluminum piece on this side with the carbon fiber here. You've got the bronze anodized, it's a titanium backspacer in here. The blade itself is a black wash coating that they have on here. It's supposed to help so that it doesn't show wear or scratches on it. And then a reversible pocket clip. So you could put it for left or right hand tip up carry. Although, I mean, if you had it left-handed, when you pull it out, you'd have to hit, well, see, that's what's tricky. I mean, I guess even if it's left-handed though, carry, it'd be kind of tricky deploying it, but you can carry it that way. It's got the lanyard hole. If any of you guys, enjoy having a lanyard on your knives, you do have a hole here for that. The steel on it is CPM 154. So, I mean, it's a good steel. It's from what I hear and gather on that particular steel. It's easy to sharpen, or easier than some other steels. I think you do have to sharpen it more often, that it's not quite as durable or long lasting. But other than that, I mean, I'm not a hard user on my blades, so just kind of looking at it now. Okay, so kind of going over and covering this particular knife. Aesthetically, I like the looks of it, okay? But there are two things, well, there's actually three things on this particular knife that I've got some issues with. Now, the first one is, and this may just be on my particular knife, but whenever it's closed and you go ahead and deploy it, okay? That's good. Nice lockup. Nice lockup. Nice lockup. We're doing good. We're doing very good. My blade, in fact, now, it's kind of funny because it's done it every time. It's locked up nicely. Maybe I just need to film every time that I want to use this knife. What happened, and I'll tell you what, it did it all the time, is I would deploy my blade, and I'd do it just like I'm doing it, but then this lock would not lock. I would have to physically push it back to click it. So something was not locking up on this. I don't know if it was something with a spring on the inside, if I needed to oil it. I didn't want to have to return the knife. Oh, there we go, see? It just clicked out, and look, it didn't lock. So now I clicked it in. So that was the time that it did it. I was persistent enough because I wanted to show you. Almost surprised me there. But so I don't know why it did that. That kind of bugged me. Okay, so anyways, I'm not going to keep doing that on camera, but if you have any ideas or thoughts as to what could be causing, or what I may need to do to make that to where each time when I push it with the push button that it will lock into place and it won't fail me with that, please let me know. I don't really want to have to take the thing apart. That's not my specialty. But I don't know. So we're doing it okay now. In fact, maybe I just need to deploy it more and more over and over. Okay, so that's one thing that bothered me, was when I would deploy it like that, that it would not lock into place. Okay. Now, the other thing about this knife that I particularly didn't really care for, and again, these are my opinions, guys. I'm by no means an expert. I'm like amateur big time, but this is the way that we learn and we have fun. So we just listen to people talk about things, and then I get feedback and I become better, stronger. We will rebuild him. I become stronger and better at my craft. So, you know, you may have a difference of opinion. I made a comment on one of the posts on the Kershaw Instagram page, and I was just like, I gave my opinion about the knife, and I had a bunch of people immediately jump on me. I don't know if they were fanboys or they felt like they had to defend their honor or Kershaw, but my guys, I love Kershaw. I just, when I'm looking at a particular knife, it doesn't mean I'm going to like every model. This feels good in the hand. You can choke up on it. You know, you've got your jimping up here. The blade is thin. Very good for slicing. So you can choke up, get your finger locked in there really well. So you can do good cutting with this. The handle itself, you know, it's adequate. It's just a little thin and light, but that's the way this is meant to be. So that's not a complaint. So aesthetically, I do like the way it looks. I do not care for this pocket club. And there's a lot of knives that I will not purchase because there's something on them that I don't like. And on this particular Kershaw, I don't like how skinny this is. I don't like the look of it when you put it in your pocket. Yes, I get the idea that it's a small, thin clip. I just don't like it that skinny. I do not like the way that looks. I'm sure it works fine. I've carried it a few times, but I don't like this clip. I could probably put a different one on. In fact, I've got a deep carry clip that I put on a different one of my launches that I'll show you guys, and I'll talk about it in the future. But then again, I mean, I wouldn't probably carry this knife. You can see through here. I mean, there's not a lot to this, and with the carbon fiber and aluminum, that's what makes it really lightweight. In fact, let's do, you know, I'm not big on the whole reading stuff on stats. I mean, I got a really terrible memory, so I'm probably not finding out the right way to do it here, to go about that. But I just want it to be authentic and real. And, you know, I figure that anybody who's interested in knives, you do look on the internet, or you do enjoy reading about knives, so I don't need to read it to you, is part of my issue. So, but let's go ahead here, and I'm gonna just weigh it and measure it real quick, just so we can see together. Okay, so this right here says basically 3.2 ounces. Okay, so that's what I'm showing for weight. And then as far as just overall the size for you guys to take a look at, and this is just me hitting it real quick here, we're looking at about a 3.5 inches, but cut a usable blade, we're looking at like 3 inches of cutting area. The handle itself, we're looking at about 4.5. So overall, 7 3/4. So very, very pocketable. The weight, the size is really, you know, it's a perfect size for EDC for most people. Now, I told you I didn't really care for this clip on here, and I really don't. I don't like it. Again, that's me. A lot of people are going to like it. I don't like that. That issue where whenever you deploy it and it was not locking into place, that bugged me because it seemed to do it quite often. And I don't, man, like I said, it's locking into place now. Maybe I just need to keep using it more and more to kind of get it broken in more. Okay, so, but that bugged me a little bit. And then the other thing is this blade style. Guys, I learned something in carrying this because I liked it so much and the way it looked. This blade shape for me, for everyday carry, is horrible. It's terrible. Now, if you saw my Instagram, I was cutting up some cheese and some things in the kitchen with it. It's good for that. It's a good slicing, cutting. If you've got, you know, a block of cheese, if you've got something that you've got laid out here, some sausage, and you're cutting it, boom, boom, that's good. It's going to work right through it. It's going to cut it. You know, cleaver, that's what cleavers do. I really couldn't think, because it's not heavy enough to be slamming it down like, you know, a lot of chefs or people that cook with using a cleaver style. They have a bigger cleaver and they'll kind of, you know, they use it for some chopping action and it's got heft on it. This thing's light. So one thing about pocket knives or EDCs that are smaller and lighter that are cleavers, you basically have to, you know, you have to do the work, which is no problem. But the things you're going to be able to cut with this are going to be very identified or identifiable, simple type tasks that this is good for cutting down onto and having in front of you and open. Now, maybe I'm doing a terrible job of explaining, but if we think about it, a lot of things I cut, and probably a lot of people cut, one thing, boxes. We cut boxes all the time. We're getting packages. I'm ordering, I could show you, I've got boxes laying around on this table that I don't know what's in them that I'm going to use for my mystery mail call, and I'm going to unbox things and show you knives that I get. You take your knife and you want to pierce, right? And then cut or slash. A lot of times when we go to cut things, we need to stab or cut into it, or we need to start our cut. This is horrible. This doesn't really have, I mean, you see what I'm saying here. You can cut in with this, but it's not a natural, that's not the natural task of a cleaver, is not stabbing into something. So a lot of the function and things that I do daily, this shape of the cleaver style blade is not good for me. I just found that I didn't like it each day. So I'm not getting any more cleaver styles. I do not believe, I mean, I never say never, because I turn around weeks later and I'm like, holy crap, I said I wasn't going to do that. But I'm not planning on, nor do I want to really get any more cleaver style. I think a lot of companies jumped in because this blade style is popular and a lot of people look at it. But for $230, I think it's $239 or something, I can spend that money and get a better blade for everyday carry. So anyways, not to go on and on about it, guys, but so that deployment issue was something that bugged me. And then the blade style was something that just wasn't functional for me. Just wasn't good. And then that clip, I didn't care for. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad knife. In fact, to the contrary, for a lot of people, this may be a great knife for you. But I don't know. I can't say that I recommend it to everybody, or that I do or don't, because everybody's different. All I can talk about is my experiences and what I recommend. So anyways, that was pretty much it on, you know, going over size, weight, the things that I liked, the things that I do not like about this particular blade. But I love the creativity. I love the look of it. It's just a little lacking for me on function and all-purpose use. I did carry this with another fixed blade when I did have this, and that's when I found out when I started cutting things. I'm like, wow, man, that's weird as far as the practicality. So, yeah, my little guy's over there barking. And a good day to use, sir. So that's about it. Don't forget, guys, you know, our vets are very important. You know, hug a vet. Don't forget them. You know, when you serve your country, that's, you're giving everything you got, you know, and have your pets spayed or neutered. Watch where they're at. Don't let them just run wild, because there's a lot of pets that need homes, and the shelters and stuff, those are all filled up as well. I appreciate the Blade community and you taking the time, if you're still watching this, some of the friends that, and yeah, they're friends. that I've made just in the short period of time I've been doing this. I appreciate you and the advice you give me. I'll be bringing more knife content to you in the future, talking to you, rambling. I like having a cup of coffee and getting up early in the morning and doing my videos, but I can pretty much do them anytime. So I'll be having more content coming. Make sure you like it, subscribe. If it's something that you so wish to do, don't forget, if you like being on Instagram and looking at some amateur photos of knives and see what I'm trying to do with myself, don't forget to follow me there. And I appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. I'm out.